I'm Alex Perez. I'm from California Western, and I came here because Chile offered me the kind of opportunities I would need in my prospective future as an immigration attorney, and no other internship that was offered resounded culturally as much as Chile did. I expected Chile to be more like all the other Latin American countries I've been to. I've been to Mexico, Ecuador, and Colombia, and it's not. It's nothing like those. All those other countries are much more similar to each other than Chile is to any of them. And I wasn't prepared for what Chile actually had to offer. Well, Chile is a land unto itself. Even though it's attached to South America, it could almost be considered an island separated by the Andes. And the people of Chile offer a challenge that I wasn't expecting, and they're so ready to open up to you, but you have to make the first step. And for someone like me, that was challenging, it was tough, but once I did it was incredibly rewarding. And I've met some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life here. You just have to make that first step. Yeah, the program let me meet people from states that I'd never had a chance to meet, and it offered an insight that I wasn't expecting, and really kind of connected me, and I felt a sympathy and an empathy for the people of Chile during the dictatorship and the fall and stuff that I just wouldn't expect. And when we went to Villa Grimaldi, I felt as if it was my own family members who were being treated this way, and I connected immediately to what they went through. I'm interning for Humberto Montiglo, who is a partner, and they run 4 different offices in Santiago, 2 public defense offices, 1 family law and 1 contract law. And I've done so far family, and I just started with the public defender office. And well, it's a private firm that's working with the public defense in Chile too, and they do a bidding system. And in my experience in family, you can definitely see the conflict between Chile struggling to push forward into a more modern age, being held back by the conservative values that they'd established from the legal system to begin with. And you can tell that for once they are offering, for example, visitation rights for grandparents, which is something I've never heard of. It's really a progressive idea, the idea of both parents being able to argue for child support. And at the same time, if you're a man arguing for the child support that's available to you through the legal system, you're ridiculed, you're seen as weak. And so there's that constant pushing and pulling of the system trying to catch up to itself and with the rest of the modern world, and just being held back by those values. Well, I think that, contrary to what someone might initially think, what I learned most in working in a Chilean law firm was about the American legal system, because they would constantly ask me questions about how it compared to Chile, and I would have to think back and look it up and really to give a proper answer and understand how different our country, the United States' legal system is to the rest of the world, and seeing it in that context really kind of makes you think about what it is you're working in. And also, I think the other thing I would bring back is the firm that I'm working with is much different than those of other students. It's much smaller, and it's much more personal. It's more street level law, and it really coincides with the kind of lawyer that I want to be, the kind of person who's the first person that the regular person would meet, not these upper echelons of the legal system that might not have really anything to do with the everyday life of a Chilean. Yes, I would definitely recommend the program for, like I said before, learning about your own system and getting that bigger context of how it compares to the rest of the world, and really almost going to a different planet. If you want to see something familiar, if you want to be comfortable and not have to really exert yourself as much, go to the European internships. If you really want to learn how to live on a different planet, come to Chile.